So,
and regional minister name Meba Jina Pomba and Omuse and Epa Choya can't the work ratano, so Miss Mapreso Mecana.
so,
And just I know Musibia Mechanism Fufrubia, Edding Kakra.
so, so.
As I said, no crane me catch you, Muse. Galamsey, ye can, and them have me chimu, ye chimu, send me a year. You are nature me and son. A move 30% in Moma ye Galamsey Nina.
So,
Ye near to them, hey. See a GM watching ya, ye chimu, move 30% and not any Moma ye Galamsey.
so.
Ya nkano krenwa ye be dada ye ho ye be ye conference ya be ha say metie ya o mo be ye Galamsey ade
So,
ba ko se nananom ne twa asase ne mai
so,
o kan wo ye nim ha
so,
no mo kan na bia o tu bia wo twa asase o de ye Galamsey bia wo so wa ubu an ho fo se wa ye bone
so.
uko krom na sampa so de asase amase enye Galamsey na te ho na hini be na wudie
So,
ye bone
so.
nti mumye hweye enra mu ka sama me ka sama be ka me kan sem bibra ko fast ma banti meja no ma
So,
I'm pleased to be here to deliver the keynote address to formally open the second National Consultative Dialogue on Small-Scale Mining. The maiden one having been opened in Accra last month by His Excellency President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
so.
Honorable Minister, Nananom Vice Chancellor, our host, at the onset, let me assert that mining is older than Ghana and has been for centuries one of the main pillars of ancient economies and kingdoms such as my own, Asantehene.
So,
Gold continues to be a major heritage of Asantehene, and it is therefore appropriate to hold the second consultative dialogue on small-scale mining in Kumasi. I commend my son, the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Honorable Samuel Abu Jinapor, for his eagerness and ardent interest in pursuit of the goals of the ministry. Without doubt, this young man has shown passion and commitment to sanitize the sector. We have to give him maximum support to ensure he succeeds in this undertaking.
so.
I say this because I know he would have opposition even from his own party.
So,
Honorable Minister, since this dialogue which provides a forum for openly discussing how to streamline and rein in what has predominantly become an illegal activity, notwithstanding its potential for great good, I will share some thoughts on mining and its topical subsector of small-scale mining in the context of our development process.
so.
Small-scale mining is legal under the regulatory framework of Ghana and has grown over the years to the point where, as at the end of 2019, I'm told it is estimated to have contributed at least 40% or more of Ghana's total gold production each year.
So,
The small-scale sector serves as a source of employment for some of the youth in mining communities across the country, and the evidence further indicates that a significant number of such youth migrate from other parts of the country to peddle in the activity.
so.
However, the small-scale mining sector is fraught with quite a number of challenges given the thin line between it and illegal mining, popularly known as Galamsey.
So,
These challenges, which are severely impacting the socio-economic situation in Ghana, include degradation of lands and forests, thereby creating significant environmental liabilities, pollution of rivers and water bodies, use of mercury in processing the ore for gold, thereby creating public health and safety concerns given its carcinogenic nature.
so.
Conflict between illegal miners and large-scale mining companies. Example, attacks on security personnel of mining companies as well as the police. encroachment on the concessions of large-scale mines, thereby reducing their mineral reserves and associated mine life.
So,
National security and public safety risks, given that some illegal miners are armed and sometimes utilize illegally acquired explosives in their activities.
so,
Gold produced from the illegal mining sector typically does not go through formal channels, for which reason the government earns no royalties and taxes from them.
so,
Clearly, Galamsey, as illegal mining is referred to, is unsustainable, unacceptable, and must be stopped.
so,
Myself and Asantehene are palpably opposed to anything which destroys our environment and ecosystem, thereby posing an existential threat to the survival of our communities.
so,
The theme, sustainable small-scale mining for national development, is therefore very appropriate and all-inclusive enough to bring all of us, from all shades of political power, social and economic status, who want the transformation of the small-scale mining sector from just a potential to actual positive catalyst for development.
so,
And I'm glad I've seen my son, Collins Dada, and then Dr. Pepo, and all the people here all contributing to this dialogue.
so,
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, with our nation having been blessed with so many minerals, it is not surprising that mining has always played an important role in our lives, where our minerals have been the attraction for many adventurers and fortune seekers for centuries.
so,
Mining has been an important undertaking throughout the history of mankind, being a necessity to our very existence.
so,
Not just an indulgence to satisfy our thirsts or our curiosity. Everyday life is dependent on the minerals extracted from underneath the earth. Today, beyond the adornments of Nananum, and which properly so distinguish them as the custodians of our cultural setting, most of the other things that we use, ranging from the smartphones we own to the coins we spend, and the wires that carry the electricity we consume, emanate from metals that have been mined. The mining industry of our country plays a critical role in our economy, providing considerable job opportunities directly or indirectly.
so,
I expect government to facilitate this process with industry players and other stakeholders taking a cue supporting this development over the ensuing years.
so,
And this, I also want my university to be involved.
so,
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I will be the first, noting the bequeathal of our forebears, to uphold the rightful place of small-scale mining, which is done properly and responsibly
so,
within the legal framework. Very importantly, it should be designed to address the needs of mining communities and enhance their benefits therefrom. It is my expectation that the community's interest would indeed be the key focus and not some other interests.
so,
District assemblies, through their district mining committees, have an important role to play in ensuring effective monitoring of small-scale mining activities in the country.
so,
To this end, DCEs as chairpersons of District Security Council should be held directly responsible for situations of illegal mining within their respective districts.
so,
They should ensure that, in collaboration with the regulatory authorities, small-scale mining is effectively monitored so it is done in compliance with the required practices and regulatory framework. And then illegal miners also can be stopped.
so,
On my part, I have already warned my chiefs and elders against participation in such illegalities. I will not hesitate to strongly sanction any such infraction.
so,
Already I've had reports about something happening in Nkansah and the Fomna area, and I'll be investigating that to see what's happening.
so,
The need to actively involve traditional authorities in this effort is absolutely imperative, for they continue to be the custodians of our communities across the country.
so,
We should go beyond paying lip service to traditional authorities as custodians of our communal land and seriously and actively engage them in this collective crusade. For example, the current system, whereby licenses for concessions are given out before consulting traditional authorities is dysfunctional and must be revised.
Sure.
It is my considered view that it would be most prudent to consult traditional authorities before licenses for concessions are given out.
Sure.
Does it not make a mockery when the Constitution says the minerals under the president is in charge of the minerals on the earth, but when you're going to mine the mineral, you go through the land that belongs to the chief.
Sure.
So why doesn't he have a right to know who is doing that?
Sure.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I urge all stakeholders to commit to upholding this tenet of equity by supporting where you have to, putting pressure where you have to, monitoring and taking action where you have to, if we are to make headway in winning the fight against illegal mining and making small-scale mining a true instrument of sustainable national development.